Hi Hannah,
Hey,
hi Evie, how are you both?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you, and great to speak to you both because I had a great time watching this film, and both of your characters really put Jeremy Irvine through the ringer in this film. So, how do you look back on that and the collaboration you had with him in some really quite challenging scenes, I think?
Oh yeah. It was quite daunting for all of us, but Jeremy is he was so fun to work with. So even though we had all these challenging things to do, he was just such a great scene partner. He just like 100% committed in every scene and always throwing new stuff, our way. And
Amazing.
just funny and dumb and it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
and
was
same
so
for you,
fun and
Evie.
such an inspiration. Him and Emily, I mean, sorry, him and Hannah were both such an inspiration to me, and getting to watch you guys and your process was just incredible. Yeah, you're both amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I feel the exact same way about you.
Oh, fantastic. And of course, Evie, you're coming off playing Laura in the video game version of Silent Hill 2. So, in terms of the challenge of, bringing that character into live action and the differences that come with obviously a video game and a film, what was that whole process like for you? And were you surprised to get the call to come back as Laura?
I would say it was really eye-opening and so cool to get to go from playing a character in a video game to getting to bring her to life in a whole new way through a movie and getting to bring that character to life through Christoph's vision of this game. That was really amazing. And then differences, I would say, probably just the fact that when you're doing a video game, it's, you're in a big studio and sometimes you're acting to a tennis ball on a really long stick. So it was great to get to be immersed in the world so much more and to be surrounded by the set was so helpful in really creating this atmosphere around you.
Yeah, and coming off the back, a project like Wednesday season two, obviously that's horror, but very different from Silent Hill. What was it like to come onto a film like this one and to play with a different kind of horror story?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I mean, every character is so unique and so nuanced. I think it's yeah. Oh my gosh, sorry. There was just something made a very crazy noise outside my window. Probably a sheep of some kind. But yeah, it was great and so fun to really explore the complexities of Laura and the relationships that she has with all of the other characters are so layered. It was really fun to get to bring her to life.
Amazing. And for you, Hannah, obviously, I'm being careful of spoilers here, but you've got multiple roles, which I can imagine for you present some pretty unique challenges. So, what was it like for you to tackle those different characters and obviously their relationship with James in the film?
It was really overwhelming and all the feelings, daunting and absolutely thrilling. I've done a lot of horror, so I have experience in the genre, but this really felt like a kind of graduation of sorts. Like I'd never done anything like this, even though I've lived in the horror genre for a while. So it was really amazing to get to take just all of my experience and thank God for all of that, and I could just put it into this film and it was so amazing to get to work with Evie and Jeremy, but Christoph especially, who's such a fan of the game and not being super familiar with the game myself, able to just put all of my trust into him and um, knowing that he was, such a fan and could bring all of us together in this way. It was really incredible.
Yeah, amazing. And in terms of obviously the relationship between Mary and James, and there is a love story in a at the heart of this horror movie. So to be able to have those flashback scenes as well, that must have been really useful for you, I guess, in then the present day scenes as well to kind of inform your characters.
Yeah, it's always helpful to sort of flesh out the backstory. And as Christoph had told us from the beginning, it's sort of like a Romeo and Juliet love story. This forbidden love that just kind of takes over, but you have no choice to kind of but to give in to this sort of love. And I'm such a romantic at heart, so getting to play a love story at the core of a horror film is was somewhat new for me, and this really beautiful juxtaposition to get to play.
Yeah, amazing. And because there is a connection between your two characters. So did the two of you get to meet or discuss that while making the film or before making the film?
Christoph or Jeremy and I?
No, sorry, you and Evie. given the
Oh,
connection
oh,
between your
no,
characters.
no, no. We didn't. No, we met on set, and it was really amazing getting to watch Evie work. Just everything that she brings to a character
So
was
sweet.
yeah inspiring for me to watch. Just like so much fearlessness and courage, and she just brought so much to Laura. Just so much of herself. Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
inspiring for me as well to get to watch you take on not one role, not two, but like three at least. It was really quite incredible.
Thank you.
Awesome. And Evie playing this character, Laura, who kind of pops up throughout the film, as I said, to torment Jeremy's character, to be able to, when it is such a mystery, to be able to obviously flesh that character out. What was the game and having that experience a lot of help for you to know who this character was, even before the audience kind of finds out who she is?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was such a great advantage to kind of go at it from having had experience being connected to her before I stepped onto set. I think, yeah, she's such a cool character, and I've had the time of my life playing her. She's so complex, and she's got sort of all of these different elements to her. She's, at the end of the day, a frightened little girl who's looking for her friend and feels a bit lost and abandoned, but at the same time, she's mischievous and she's playful and she toys with James. So it was just great getting to sort of play around with those aspects of her character.
Yeah, for sure. And then for both of you, there's a lot of VFX in this film and a lot of practical effects, Christoph was telling me. But to be on set with some of these creatures and these characters, I mean, what was that experience like for you both? Does it require a lot of imagination on the day, like you said before, Evie, with the tennis balls?
Not really. I mean, they were very practical. We had wonderful dancers who were playing our nurses, and they were so incredible, so talented, and yeah, they really didn't leave much to be imagined because it was right there in front of you, which is obviously so helpful as an actor to be fully immersed in that world.
Yeah, they really filled out the world for us, and getting to have the monsters right in front of us was beyond amazing, more than I had expected. And we were also when we were in Munich filming in the Volume, which was my first time doing this. Basically, just surrounded by LED screens projecting the images of whatever set we were on, which was incredible. It was like being in this sort of um, surround sound, but visually, and that was a really incredible experience.
Yeah, for sure. And same for you, Evie, with the volume. I know obviously that's been used a lot for Star Wars and Marvel, but to be able to come and experience that as a young actor and kind of be thrown into this world, that must have been quite unique, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was so cool and such a great opportunity to kind of experience that at such a young age. It was, yeah, I felt honored.
Yeah, for sure. And Hannah, you mentioned you've obviously done horror before, but this Silent Hill experience, how did that really differ, would you say, from some of the past projects you've done in this kind of genre?
This just felt completely new to me in every single way because I've never played multiple characters, so I didn't know how to do that. And also just transforming physically, I've never really gotten to do that. So everything from the physicality to the world of it to even just getting contacts in my eyes was all just a completely new thing for me, and it was thrilling.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, a project like this, it has a very dedicated fan base, Silent Hill. So I think there's been a lot of support from fans. And of course, I think you're both working with one of the franchise's biggest fans in Christoph. So to have him on set and obviously be guiding you, knowing that he loves that second game so much, was that incredibly helpful for you both?
Very
Oh
helpful.
yeah, we could
Yeah,
put
he's
our trust in Christoph. He is the perfect person to direct this film. There's going to be so many fan favorite elements, and he has transposed images from the game directly onto screen. So I think it's going to be thrilling for fans, but also if you have no experience or don't know anything about Silent Hill, this it's a movie for everyone, and not just the fans. It's a great jumping off point for people who don't know the game at all.
100%.
Yeah, and for you, Evie, obviously a series like Wednesday has a massive fan base. So was that almost helpful that between that and the game to come onto a movie like this and maybe have had some of that experience of knowing these fan expectations and what they hope to see from a character like yours?
Yeah, it was very cool. And I think having an established fan base with Silent Hill, because obviously it was a video game first and they've been previous film adaptations, it's great to have that sort of already there, sort of support and people who are rooting for their film to be successful. It's always a great feeling.
Amazing. And just one final question for you both. I know filming a horror movie like this, there must be some hard days on set, but are there any moments that really stand out of you as a favorite moment that you had while working on this film and bringing this really unique story to life?
Mm. I think the moments that stand out for me are the ones that were a bit lighter because it was so dark. So there's this one scene where my character and Jeremy's character are falling in love, and we've got rain and we're on a rooftop and it's romantic, and are they going to kiss or are they not? And that for me just kind of gave me this moment of butterflies and like, oh, we're making a love story here actually, even though it's a horror film.
Yeah, there were so many fun moments, and it was just so cool to get to cool and funny. I think it would be hilarious someone who just was a passerby, just getting to see us go from being in this creepy, crazy, twisted world to just being normal people and just having a cup of coffee and Pyramid Head who's just sat there in his costume, sipping on his iced latte, having a sandwich. That was really, really funny.
Oh, well, amazing. Well, Hannah, Evie, I thought you were both fantastic in this film, and I'm sure fans are going to love it. So thank you so much for taking the time today to talk about your roles.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Josh.
So lovely
Great
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you. You too. Thank you so much.